Well, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another edition, another live stream. Um, it's currently midnight right now. Decided to do another live stream. Um, so, and I don't know if I said I was yesterday or I don't remember what I said yesterday, but said that I was possibly going to do another one. But here I am again. Talk about whatever we want. Just kind of hang out as long as you guys want. Um, we're just gonna talk whatever, as always. Talk Scream, Halloween, Friday the 13th, whatever. Um, I'm gonna wait for you guys to kind of get in here, some people to get in here, but um, just 1 minute here. Um, yeah, sorry y'all. I'm just trying to figure out something here. Uh, let's see here. Oh, what's going on, Craven? How you doing, man? I would just thought I would hop on, for a little bit at least, see how it, turned out. Last night I did a live stream as well. Um, how you doing tonight, man? I appreciate you. Appreciate you popping in. Just kind of hanging out here, Just kind of, gonna talk about basically whatever, Scream, Halloween, whatever. Friday the 13th even, because I don't really talk about that as much. Yesterday I did, but uh, today I didn't really get. Today I might a little bit more. See if anybody else is up to it. How's it going, Scott Walker? Man, we got Craven in here. We got Scott Walker up in here. Oh, it's turning out pretty good already. Um, but yeah, feel free to say whatever. Um, we can talk about whatever. He says, also, what do you think about the possibility of Spyglass? Spyglass is moving. They're moving on without Jenna. That's very interesting. I never heard that. Um, that's very, very interesting. I think so. You're basically saying that Spyglass is moving on without her, so Jenna will not be in the movie. You're saying possibly, or a different. Hey, that's awesome, man. It's just a rumor right now. Oh, okay. Well, I hope it's not true, because I think Jenna Ortega is like she's done a fantastic job, in both Screen 6 and 5. So I think that would be kind of. She's basically like a lot of people were saying that she's like the new like final girl, which I think that she could be final girl. All the details. Oh, okay. I hope she is back. I hope so too, man. That's that's very, very interesting that she's not that she may not be in it. Hopefully she is though, because I think that would be kind of weird without her. Especially if they, showed us that she's, the final girl, one of the final girls. A lot of people are saying that Sam could be the final girl, but um, I was thinking that she was possibly the final girl. Um, but the way it looks though, in Scream 6, I guess, it looks like Sam is actually like the final girl, so that's the way it looks. But maybe they'll try to trick us. I have no idea, but that's actually crazy. I did not hear that. I did not hear that. That's very, very interesting. I can't imagine a movie without, Jenna Ortega now, especially for the trilogy. That'd be, disappointing. Yep, I figured that. I figured it just looks like it. Scream 6, Scream 5 kind of even. I mean, okay, Scream 5 kind of seemed like Tara was, but then again, it seemed like it was more Sam. You know what I mean? Sam's character is basically like, like Sydney's character from Scream 3. Like Sydney from Scream 3. Like, that's the vibe I got. But yeah, definitely think she's the final girl. But it would be disappointing, though, if Tara wasn't in the movie, or aka Jenna Ortega. Because I just don't know how they would do it. If if Jenna Ortega is not in this movie or anything like that, I don't know how they're gonna do it. For instance, Jenna got something from your dad. What do you think of the best choice called using night to kill people and gun dogs? Oh, you're talking to Craven there? Yeah, I talked about that yesterday as well, about the dog thing. Um, and like, I don't really like that. To be honest with you, I think that's just too over the top. The dog thing. The guard dog thing. But maybe Craven could tell you what his thoughts are about that. Yeah, it would be a disappointment that I had when you bring back Sydney. Yeah, bring back Sydney, and I heard that that's a big possibility as well. That this movie will probably get Sydney back more than likely. Um, well, that's just a rumor, obviously, but hopefully that rumor comes true, and hopefully we get that big return that we want. Yeah, well, interesting. I think I would pass in the dog idea at the end of the day. That's just a person. Yep, me too. Scott Walker actually asked me that one day, um, yesterday, last night, when I did a live stream. He asked me, he was like, "What do you think about the dog thing?" I just told him like, it's just not really. I think this is too over the top, honestly. Like for a Scream movie, it's just not for me. I guess it would just be a little bit too over the top. I feel like. Hashtag Big Bat Nev, yes. And also hashtag Pay Nev. Um, I really hope it all works out in the end. You know, her negotiation with Paramount. Hopefully, she negotiates and eventually tries to come back. Hopefully, she does. Hopefully, she ends up forgiving them for that. Ends up coming back. Um, I still think it's a possibility. Anything is possible. You know, I got my fingers crossed for both Sydney and Stu to return for Screen Seven. The movements want to be the same without them because it's the final movie and the final battle for them. Yep, that's my high expectation. That like I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's possible that it is gonna happen, but I sure do want it to happen. Just the way they built up, to it seems like they built up towards it like perfectly. Scream 5, him possibly killing Dewey, and then Scream 6, the whole mention about that conversation, that conversation that Mindy and Kirby had, about the TV. If you think he's dead, that what Mindy said, like, so it's just like it seems like there's like a build up towards it. I hope I'm right. I hope I'm not just overthinking. I just hope I'm right, man. At the end of the day, because it just seems like that's the way they're go. That's the direction that they're trying to go. Sage the dogs for the dogs for her. John Wick. Yeah. Yes. Hashtag Stu Nation. That's right. I don't really care for Bendy as a character, but she is a student. Sure. Sure, I give her credit for that. Yep. Yeah, I don't really care for Mindy either. I think Mindy's more of like I think she's like a new Randy character, but I honestly didn't really care for her. I don't really care for her as much. I do give her credit though for that as well, like for basically, saying that, if you think he's dead, like, you know, I don't know if a lot of people have theories about, Dewey possibly knowing as well, and I want to know your thoughts as well. Like, does Mindy really know that he's alive? Like, along with like Dewey? Like, people really think that Dewey thought that he was alive, but he was basically trying to hide the truth from, Sydney to try to like protect her and whatnot. Um, yeah, I think she might be on the Stu train because she basically just admitted that, you know, well, if you think he's dead, like, okay, well, that kind of tells me that she must like know then. Same with Dewey, the way he was speaking about Stu, he was speaking, about him like in the present tense or in the present tense, not the past. So that's why I always thought that Dewey had known too, like he possibly knew that he was alive the whole time, but just didn't tell, Sydney or anything, which is very, very um, interesting. And I think that he was just trying to protect her, from the truth. If he really knew all these years, you know. The scene in Screen 6 where Ethan and Quinn had Sam and Tara considered, where she was scraping the knife along the road. She had no gloves on, so her fingerprints. Wow, that's very, very interesting. I think I missed that part in Scream 6. You're talking about at the end, right? I think you're thinking of. like in the shrine, or just another scene. I forget what scene you're talking about. I'm on the fence about the dude theory. I lean towards the thought that he did not know because it seems to me that he would have shared that in Screen 5 when the killing started back in Woodsboro. Yeah, I mean, I respect that. That kind of makes a lot of sense too. But there's the way he was like talking about Stu. That he was, Billy's accomplice, not that he is. He said that he is Billy's accomplice instead of saying he was. So that's why I kind of got the vibe that maybe he knew, but of course it's just a theory that people believe. Um, but hey, man, anything's possible. Yeah, but that's just I don't really know though. I mean, could that really mean that he does know? I mean, I don't really know. Could that, was he trying to say that? I mean, I have no idea. He's Billy's accomplice. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's um yeah, because the way dude was describing it, to the group, he was basically saying, that he is, not he was, So I don't know, man. It's just one of those things that I love theorizing about, Um, love speculating about. It's just fun to, theorize and think about possible ways that Stu could come back, possibly. Maybe how, Dewey possibly knew, I'm not saying that he did, but, you know, it's just fun, speculating, thinking of good ideas, um, just to have some fun, Of course, the theory is probably not really true, Maybe he didn't know because, like you said, um, he it seems to me that he would have shared that in Screen 5 when the killing started. Like, so you're basically saying that he probably would have shared it when the killing started back in Woodsboro, like again in Screen 5, like he probably would have like came out and said it like straight up, like. But I don't know. I just lean towards that maybe he did know, but maybe he just didn't want to say it. Maybe he just wanted to protect Sydney from it. Um, but I just don't really see him coming out and saying, "Oh well, Stu's alive." You know what I mean? Maybe he was just too nervous to tell Sydney or something, and then obviously he didn't get a chance to, and then he obviously got killed. But yeah, I guess you never say never, right? That's fun to theorize. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's fun theorizing about, you know, especially the Stu thing. And people always say, like, how come if Stu's alive, how come Gail didn't write a book about him? Because Gail didn't write a book about him because I think, well, first of all, they don't know that he's alive. Gail and them don't know. You know what I mean? So I don't understand like why people say, well, how come Gail didn't write a book about him if she knew, how come she didn't like say it in her book? Like because, she possibly doesn't even know, you know what I mean? Like possibly doesn't even she probably doesn't even know he's like still alive. Um yeah, they think he's dead, like, but he probably really isn't. and that's why she didn't write about him. That's why she didn't mention him in the book, anything like that, because she doesn't know he's alive, and neither does Sydney. Yeah, yeah. Simple solution. But yeah, the whole Stu thing is very interesting, and I just really hope that that he does come back because it seems like we've been waiting for. He was supposed to. Okay, people always say that about the whole like Jill thing, right? Like people always believe that Jill could come back, that Jill is more likely to come back over Stu. But I always say that Jill got electrocuted in the head, so there's no way that she's coming back like whatsoever from that. And Stu just basically just got a TV thrown on him, so that's a little different. And he could have lifted that TV off of him, and the electricity, it wasn't like the electricity was flowing through the TV, like through the front of the TV. So that's just not how that works. Say with like the Charlie theory, people say that Charlie and whatnot, but Charlie got stabbed in the heart. So there's just no way in the world that he's coming back. No way at all. Yeah, me too. I just don't think Jill will come back. I think that she's dead. I think that, if she did come back, her brain would be like fried. Like she'd be brain dead right now. You know what I mean? I think Stu makes the most sense. And obviously Angelina, obviously it's probably too far in the game, right now, but I think Angelina would be another one, that could possibly come back. We don't know. She wasn't on the official kill list of Scream 3, so that's very very suspect there. And the way that movie was filmed, obviously, she was possibly Roman's partner, which I believe that. So she'd be a vegetable. Yeah, she would be a vegetable. He'll love to see Angelina. Yep, me too. She's the one person that I really, really want back, but probably won't. We probably won't get her back at this point late in the game. Um, but I sure would have loved her to come back. You know what I mean? Um, and she's the one person where you can bring her back and be. She doesn't even have to be a Ghostface killer. She could just be just a regular character. Kind of just standing around or whatever, acted like a little weird. You know. Um, so that's she don't have to be a ghost face or anything. I think that she could just be a regular character, just kind of walk around, and Sydney or something could tell Sam and them like who that is or whatever, and if they ask. But that something like that would be pretty cool. Cool, man. This has been fun, bro. Have a great rest of the stream tonight. I know. I'll see you soon. Okay, man. I appreciate it. Me and you are definitely gonna have to do a collab because me and you've been talking about you bringing me on your channel like as a guest. Um, so we're definitely gonna have to plan on doing that sometime whenever you get like a chance. Um, of course, when you get a chance. But all right, man. I appreciate you for coming in. Have a great rest of your night. And okay, that sounds good. June sounds perfect. I'll definitely be on board for that. You just gotta talk and theorize, you know? Nonetheless, man, have a great night. Oh, what's up, Michael Joe? How you doing today? Thank you for popping in for a little bit. Um, that's good. It's good to hear. Is your back on YouTube, man? Good night. Alrighty, man. Good night. And that was so awesome to have Craven in here. He's my inspiration. Um, well, that's good to hear, Michael Joe. What's on your mind tonight? Feel free to, talk about whatever you like. But yeah, back to the Angelina theory. Um, when I was talking about that, I think there's a lot of good ways that you could bring her back. You know, I think there's a lot of good ways that you could bring her back. Like, you don't have to bring her back just to make her the Ghostface killer. Just because she was supposedly one of the Ghostface killers in Scream 3. Um, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to bring her back just to be a Ghostface killer. You can bring her back just to be um, a regular character as well, which that's something I think that would work. Maybe she could just be a person that maybe just stands around. Maybe Sam and the like Seer or something, and Sydney. They don't know who she is, and maybe like Sydney, like tells them who that is. You know, she just stand like she could be like how she was in Scream 3. Like she doesn't even have to be come back. She doesn't have to come back like a Ghostface killer because I know she was 100%. I do believe that she was Roman's accomplice, 100%. So, and I don't think she did die because if she did, she wasn't on the official kill list. You know what I mean? So that's very suspicious to me. Um, but that she, we didn't even see her get killed. She just basically got dragged away. Like, and then then her name wasn't on the official kill list. So like the other killers, like the other victims, like Scream 2, all the other victims had their names on there. Not one victim that got killed didn't have their name on there. You know what I mean? Like Randy's name is on there. Cece's name is on Scream 2's kill list. And Scream 3, every victim but Angelina. So that's just, it's very interesting. What do you think when Michael, not good, not evil, and Michael, man? Um, that's kind of a weird situation. Um, the Michael Myers and Corey thing is just weird. I think that, yeah, the evil got back into Michael for sure. Um, but the thing is about Halloween Ends that really, really bothers me is just that, the way the movie was, you know? Like, it wasn't even about, like, Michael or anything. It was mostly just about, Corey, which Corey was just he was just kind of thrown into the story, which didn't make any sense because he wasn't even in Halloween Kills. He was basically just thrown into the story for basically no reason. Like, so that's basically, my problem with the movie, on itself. But yeah, I do think that the evil possibly got back in Michael for sure. David Gordon Green said that there was no evil transferred. Well, who really knows? Because David Gordon Green was saying that Michael is supernatural, so I don't know what to believe. I have no idea what to believe. Oh, hey Scott Walker. I think Craven took off for tonight. He had to get to get to bed. He said so. He had to um he had to take off, but he just popped in for a little bit and Island End should have been Michael kill everybody including Larry. Yep, I said that too. I said 100%. Like I always believed, I thought that going into the movie that Laurie Strode was 100% gonna die because just the way she was saying, basically hinting at, basically saying goodbye to everyone, saying goodbye to the franchise. So I thought for a fact that they were gonna, end her character off. Was very surprised with that they didn't. I was very surprised by the ending as a whole. The way they, killed Michael. Just the way the movie was done was just absolutely horrendous. Like I don't know what the hell they were thinking. I don't know what they were thinking, honestly. That was just absolutely just horrendous. Like that, Michael Myers wasn't even in the movie. Like he was only in the movie like for like 10 minutes or so. And then that scene when him and Michael are fighting each other, that's just weird on itself. You know, just really really cheesy. Just a terrible film. You didn't answer that question. Yes, I did think. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't answer your question, Scott, but I was trying to get to your question. I don't remember you asking, so uh, but yeah, I think we talked about this yesterday too. I said that I believe I think that would be okay. I guess I don't really know who that is, but I don't know who that actress is, so definitely it'd be pretty cool though. I guess Michael was in in the movie just to be. Yep, exactly. He was in the movie just to get killed. He wasn't in the movie to be in the movie just like a regular Halloween film, because if that was the case, then how come they had Corey do all the killings? You know what I mean? Michael didn't really kill anybody. I think Corey did all the killings, like, and Michael didn't really kill anybody, like, so that's just really, really weird. That they didn't kill that. They basically had this Corey character that just came into the story for no reason at all. Like they didn't build up towards it or anything. They basically just brought him in the movie just to bring him in for absolutely no damn reason. Like there was no reason. They didn't build up towards it. He wasn't in Halloween Kills or anything like that. Like, um, And so it was just weird, that he did that, that they did that, they just had, they made it about, Corey Cunningham, this character that we don't give a shit about. Excuse my language, but we just we didn't care about him. I didn't care about him. We're in there to watch a Halloween film. To watch Michael Myers do what he does best. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're there to watch Michael Myers, the character, do the killings, not some human being that we don't know. Like, I hate Corey Cunningham. Yes, I do too. I hate him. I despise him. It makes me so upset that Michael Myers basically got wasted. He got wasted in this film. Like, like he just got wasted. And I feel bad for the stuntman who played him because he wasted his time. He didn't really get to do anything. Screamer is a real organization that kills. Oh, how's it going, Made of Rubber? How you doing tonight? Thank you for popping in. He says Scream is a real organization that kills. They're all to float and not athletic. And that's a kill. Um, so you say Scream is a real. Okay, I get what you mean now. I hate that we got Halloween and ends forever. Sucks. I wish that it never. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it seemed like they were just rushing too, because if you notice, they were trying to focus on another film, right? They were trying to focus on another film, which is I think The Exorcist, if I'm not mistaken, and they basically rushed through this movie so that they could start making The Exorcist. That's what happened. Like, I think they rushed the movie too fast. They wanted to get the movie done, so because they wanted to work on The Exorcist, which I have no, which I'm upset about. Like, you don't rush a like there was just no effort, no love, towards this project whatsoever. Like, towards this movie, like it was just like rushed. Killing is too. Putting your finger in the paper today. Better than the one that you say. Yeah. I was watching Scream One last night. I think that the girl at the she's right in the blue dress is Christina Carter seeing the Taylor's mother. Oh, you're watching Scream One last night, right? You said that you saw a girl at Stu's party wearing a blue dress. Oh, they had the girl wearing the blue dress. I think I know who you're talking about. I think that might be. I think you're right because yeah, Billy was there too, and Billy was probably cheating on Sydney, right? So that would make a lot of sense. I will make a video talking about Halloween ends what they should have never, why it should have never been, why it shouldn't have been made. Yep. I'll definitely check out your channel as well. Um, I'll keep an eye on your video too. But yeah, man, this movie should have never been. I think I'm gonna make a movie or a movie. Excuse me, I can't talk. I'm gonna make a video about that too, like why I felt like it shouldn't have been made. If they were gonna do that anyways, like why would they even try to make it? Like, and I understand. Yeah, they were trying to. They had other projects that they had to do. They're trying to do, like I said, they're trying to do The Exorcist and whatnot, but still, I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, just because you have another project to do doesn't mean you rush through, your trilogy that, that you know what I mean? It was just rushed. It was just rushed, and they didn't take their time with it at all. Nikki goes, "Yep, you're welcome, man. I appreciate you, man, and thank you for popping in, and I appreciate all you in here. And like I said, I'll be checking out your videos as well. And I think I'm gonna do the same. I think I'm gonna try to do a video about why I think that the movie was trash, and basically get a touch on it. Thanks, man. Yeah, last night I did a stream, but it was kind of little. It was a little later. But I'm glad that you popped in. You found the time to pop in because I'm gonna be trying to do a lot more of these streams. Um, a lot more than usual because there's a lot of fun to kind of talk about, to talk and speculate and whatnot. Um, Definitely, stay tuned for some more. And obviously, hit the like button on my video as well. I would really appreciate that. Go ahead and check out, my content and whatnot if you haven't already. I'm not sure if you have. But yeah, man, Halloween Ends is just a disaster. They don't know what studio is going to be involved in the next movie, which will probably be in the next like 2 years or 10 years or 10 years. Um, the next 10 years, we'll have to wait 10 years for another one to come about. Like, so, it's going to be pretty interesting to say the least. A lot of people are speculating that um, well, it's just a rumor that people been wanting, and that is a sequel to Halloween 4, which Halloween 4 is, you know, a great film, and that's when I want them to do a sequel. Like, I want them to do a sequel of Halloween 4. So that would be pretty cool. How cool would it be if we have a copycat killer going to all the locations from all the movies and the killer does the same killings, and we had to figure out who it is, but the killers do. Yeah, I think that killer could be Stu as well, just because, that killer obviously is basically like the cult leader, and I think that killer in Scream, 6, the one that attacked Gil was, definitely Stu. Just that mask, that's something that Stu would wear. I think, anyways. I could be wrong, of course, but I hope they do a sequel to Halloween 4 to give Michael a better match. Yeah, yeah. I hope they do a sequel to Halloween 4. But honestly, man, I didn't have a problem with the mask. I think the mask was good enough. I think the mask looked pretty solid. I think it looked better than the witch mask, honestly. Better than, Halloween 5's mask. Um, that's just my opinion personally. I don't know. I just like the look of it in Halloween 4. The Halloween 4 mask just looks really good. It looks pretty, sharp, you know. That's just me, of course, though. A lot of people don't care for it, but me personally, it's my favorite, probably my favorite look of Michael. Would you like a sequel to Halloween 6: The Curse of Michael Myers? Um, I would much prefer them to go, do the Halloween 4, the sequel to Halloween 4. Halloween 6 was, I'm not gonna say it was a terrible, terrible film. Obviously, that's Donald Pleasant's, last film, sadly, Um, he did really well in that film, honestly, as he always does. He's always A plus. So he was always A plus. Um, but Halloween 6, like, I don't really hate it. The Mask was definitely better in my eyes, and the story was probably just a little better than Halloween 5, a little bit. But I don't really know about. Actually, I'm gonna take that back. I kind of think that Halloween 6 is, I would say it's average, you know? Like the mask looks pretty good. Um, is it better than Halloween 5? No. I kind of prefer Halloween 5 a little bit more. Just because Halloween 5 was, the only thing about Halloween 5 that I didn't like was probably the mask, which that's basically why Halloween 5 doesn't really, that's the only reason why I don't really like it per se. It's because of the mask. But other than that, it's a good film. Like, I could watch Halloween 5, millions of times. Um, it's just the mask, like Halloween 4, is just like if they would have had the mask from Halloween 4, I would have liked that a lot more, than the mask that we got. And I don't know if you heard the story about, like Danielle Harris and whatnot, like that she was supposed to return in Halloween 6, but I guess they did something to her character, and she decided to turn it down because I guess they would try to do something bad to her character, like, or something like that. I don't know if you heard that or not, but I heard that. I heard that story actually quite a bit. Halloween 6, yeah, I respect that. It's a pretty good film. I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely pretty decent. It's not bad. Donald Pleasance, is always A plus. Every movie that he was in, every Halloween movie that he was in, and sadly, that was his last. Donald Pleasance, he was just so good, playing Dr. Loomis. I would love to see a continuation to Halloween for where season and alive and well and having a family. She's enjoying life, but someone from the past comes to haunt her, and she must stop. Yeah, I would like that too, man. I think anything is possible. But I have a question for you. Would you like a sequel to Halloween 4? Like, because I think that would be like the best. I want to see Rachel back alive. Oh, I know, man. Like, I was very, very disappointed when, they killed their character off in Halloween 5, I believe it was. Halloween 5, they, killed her off. She was in Halloween 4, she survived that, and then all of a sudden they just killed her off in the Halloween 5. Like, it seemed like she was more of a, she was like a character that, she was a character that basically was kind of like one of the OGs, you know what I mean? Like, she was with, up there with, Laurie Strode, Dr. Loomis, uh, Jamie Lloyd, even. I mean, Jamie Lloyd was, like, she was like a little girl in that movie. Daniel Harris was young in that movie, but I still consider her to be like, Laurie Strode and all that, and like up there with Laurie Strode and like Dr. Loomis, and along with the character of like Rachel. I mean, it was just disappointing that she like had to die, like like that. Like, I felt like she should have lived a lot longer than personally, but I found everyone. 21 p.m. here in Australia. How's it going, Wayne? Yeah, thank you for popping in, man. I really appreciate it. Uh, really, really appreciate it. And that's very interesting. It's 3:21 there where you are in Sydney, Australia. Well, thank you for all the support. It's actually late here. It's 1:23 a.m. here, so where I am. So, um, thank you for popping in. I really appreciate it. I hate her friend Tina. Oh, I know her friend Tina was pretty annoying in Halloween 5. And also, was she in Halloween 4 too? I don't remember. Was she in Halloween 4? I don't really remember who she was. I know she was in Halloween 5 because I know she got killed. It is Monday here. Oh man, that's awesome. You're in Sydney, Australia, huh? That's 3:12 there or 3:21 p.m. there, huh? I want Bus to come back. I know, I do too. I think Busta Rhymes was pretty funny in Resurrection. I'm glad I made it to your stream. Well, I appreciate it, man. I'm definitely gonna try to do a lot more of them because um I just love speculating about Scream, Halloween and whatnot. Um, she was in Halloween 5. Oh, okay, so she was just in Halloween 5. All right. I kind of got confused because I know Rachel was in Halloween 4 as well, so I don't want to see Buster Rhymes. Hey, man, I understand. I understand. Maybe, he probably got on a lot of people's nerves um, in Resurrection. I understand. Where do you live, guys? I live in Indiana. I live in Indiana. I originally lived in Michigan, but now I live in Indiana, so yep, that's where I am. So it's actually 1:26 a.m. here. So I'm glad that you got to make my stream. But yeah, um, I would love to see a sequel to Halloween for Virginia Lloyd all grown up, but she is still haunted by Michael, and she has her family as well. What do you think? Oh man, that would be so awesome. That's exactly what I was talking about. Like if they did a sequel to Halloween 4, what better way would it be to bring back, Danielle Harris? Especially if she'd like all grown up and shit like that. Like that would be very interesting. Maybe she's got like a family and stuff like that. Like that's what I was talking about. Because we know that she was playing, she was in Rob Zombie's films, but that didn't really count because she was basically she was playing the Annie character from 1978. So she wasn't actually playing, Jamie Lloyd or anything. So for her to come back to play Jamie Lloyd again would be pretty cool. Like you said, like all grown, like to see her like all grown up and whatnot. Like the home page is Rainy Night Range. I thought you guys said what about Oh, yeah. I used to live in Michigan. I was actually born in Michigan, but grew up in, yeah, you said the home of the Wolverines. Yeah, and the Pacers. You thought I might say Woodsboro, that's funny. Daniel Harris says, and see no evil too with Wrestler King. Yep. And she was also in Hatchet too as well. But that movie, See No Evil, was pretty damn good. I actually enjoyed that movie a lot. Like that movie was pretty damn good. I liked the first one, but I think the first one was pretty good, but I felt like the second one was definitely a little better because he actually had like a mask and whatnot. Like, um, but yeah, I don't know if they plan on making any more. I think that would be cool if they came out with maybe like another one or something. But yeah, that movie is pretty good. Danielle Harris, by the way, is just she's just a good actress. Like, you know, she started like a young girl and all that, like kind of like Drew Barrymore. Now, Drew Barrymore was a little girl when she started like acting. She was in that movie. She was in that movie like E.T. I believe it was. She was like a little girl in that movie though. Like, and then Danielle Harris obviously was a little girl in Halloween 4. So it's just it's crazy. It's pretty cool to see actresses, that people, actresses that were acting since they were little kids. That's pretty cool to see. Danielle Harris has the kind of intention like to come back. What's her concept? So you're basically saying she has a concept of coming back, of bringing back, Jamie Lloyd. I support the Michigan Wolverines and college sports from the 25 days of basketball. Yeah. Um, I actually got a brother that I've actually, like I said, I was born in Michigan, but I live in Indiana. I was born in Michigan, but I grew up in Indiana. So I don't live that far from. I don't know if you know where Notre Dame is. Um, I don't live that far from there. But yeah, Michigan. I didn't live that far from Ann Arbor, where Michigan is. Michigan Wolverines, or where the university is, anyways. It's only about maybe like 3 hours from here. What's your honest opinion? Do you want her to return to play Jamie Lloyd? At all these years, I would love to see Danielle Harris play her character again. Miss your opinion? Do you think it would happen? Yeah, I think that it's a possibility that it could happen. I mean, if Danielle Harris is already like coming up, because it was, Michael Joe was saying, um, like he was saying that Danielle Harris basically has an idea, of how that character could come back. So could be very interesting. Now, will she? It's not really guaranteed, but I definitely think that she would be open to, you know. So I guess we'll have to see what happens, but I think it's very, very possible that she does come back. She could come back easily, especially if they do a sequel to Halloween 4. I mean, she was in Halloween 4, so I don't see why it would just be. I think it would be very interesting, And she won't be playing, she won't be playing like the Annie character. She'll be actually playing her original, Jamie Lloyd character. I meant idea. Oh yeah, yeah, I know what you meant. Drew Barrymore is the original Firestarter as well. Oh, that's very, very cool. Yeah, like I said, it's just so cool to see like actresses like Danielle Harris, like Drew Barrymore. Like those two alone, just those are the only two that I really know that started, acting as as a little kid. You know what I mean? Like especially Drew Barrymore, like she was in that movie E.T. and Danielle Harris was in Halloween 4. So, and they were little girls. Like, yep, Rudy boy. Yeah, the movie Rudy. I really like that movie as well. Yeah, like where what Notre Dame is, though. I believe, right? Like, what you've heard of the team, you've heard of the university before. I'm sure. Why so many movie studios and keep making a horror film about Bigfoot? It's not right. No one or people want to find them, hunt them down and kill them. What do you think about this? Uh, Horror movies about Bigfoot. I mean, I don't really, I don't really care for it. If I'm being honest, because I don't really get into that kind of stuff. When it comes to like big old like animals like that, big old Bigfoot and stuff like that. I don't really get into that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Um, I don't. I just don't. It's just kind of too weird for me. So I don't know really what to think about it. I mean, if people like that kind of stuff, okay. I mean, that's fine. People have a right to like basically whatever. But me personally, I just don't really. I don't really like it. I don't like that kind of movie. And Howard ended down the player in the finals to win NBA title. Fire Heat. Oh, that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. She met me about her idea, and Jane. I heard that. I heard you loved it. Yeah, didn't he pass away though? I think he sadly passed away. Sadly, so that's very sad, man. That because he possibly talked to him possibly before he passed away. How cool would it be if they do a multiverse from all the flashes come together and then changes from the movies come together to defeat the Hey, that would be pretty cool. Multiverse from all the flashes come together, all the characters from the movies. That would be pretty cool. That would actually be cool to see, like, let's say, like superheroes and like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it would just be cool to have like one movie just with all horror villains in it. Just about all the horror villains, like all of them in like one movie. Like Michael Myers, uh, Jason, Leatherface, Freddy Krueger, all those villains. Even Ghostface, I guess, but Ghostface would probably get tore up. To be honest, he'll probably get destroyed easily because he's a real human. Um, but yeah, I definitely think that he that would be pretty cool to have them like all gather together, and the movie could be about all of them. It could be about all the villains, not just one. Like, and maybe they could like fight each other and whatnot. I have Rudy and VHS in here. Yep, I do too. Notre Dame is just that university is just so great. It's so awesome. Like so like historical. The structures of the buildings look really nice. Um, and if I could ask, not to get too far off topic of Scream and like Halloween and all that, but if I could ask, who's your favorite college team? Because mine is Notre Dame, and I have brothers that obviously like Michigan Wolverines, but so basically I got like two sides on my mom's side because my dad and my brothers have different dads, so like different sides have different like different teams. My dad's side like Notre Dame, and my mom's side like Michigan, so. Best movie, Harry and Henderson. Oh, I never heard of that movie. Never heard of that movie. Ghostface, would you like to see a fight between Wolverine versus Jason? Wolverine versus Jason. I mean, that could be very interesting. Um, I'm pretty sure Jason would probably destroy him, but I don't know. It could be very interesting. It would be kind of a little weird just because Wolverine's a superhero and Jason's a horror villain, but I guess it could probably work. Could definitely be, um, could definitely be very, very interesting, you know? So, definitely be very interesting. Michigan Wolverine, that only training is in the sweat, shirt, cap, and the hoodie. Plus the book. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, I like their Jordan brands. You know, the Jordan brand there. Like the brand that they have that they own. I think they're with like Jordan. Uh, and Notre Dame is actually with Under Armour. So, but yeah, I like Michigan's brand. You know, Jordan. They have a nice um, they have a nice brand. No Wolverine when Slash Jason pieces. I don't think Jason could. You don't really think that Wolverine could beat Jason, or you think Wolverine could beat Jason? That would be kind of difficult to me because Jason's got a machete and the Wolverine's got a whole bunch of raise your hands like. So I don't really know what to think. Oh, how's it going? I shot him 6 times. How you doing, man? He said, "Hey, buddy, stopping in, showing support quick. Actually, just bought a curve on YouTube. Who did it with Matthew later? Never saw it, but looks good. So I'm about to watch it. Oh, nice, nice. Thank you for popping in to say um hello. I really appreciate it. It's kind of a big night, you know. Craven popped in earlier, just earlier when I started. Thank you for popping in. Wolverine will win. That's kind of a hot take, but I don't know. Jason can't die, so that's kind of a difficult thing, you know. Jason can't die, and he's a zombie, and he'll just keep coming back. Like, hello everyone in chat. Hope you're having a great night. I really really appreciate you popping in, man. You know, Wolverine could break Jason's machete. I don't know about that. Like maybe he could break his machete, but will he be able to kill him? Like that's just the main thing, you know? And Jason's a zombie, you know, he can't die. He'll just keep on coming back. He can never be defeated. Like I don't think anyways. Because you can do whatever you want to. You can do whatever. You can blow him up, and he'll still come back. So Harry and the Hendersons is a family comedy. And the Hendersons is a comedy. Uh, Funny Bigfoot starts on as a father. In 1988, as theaters have a DVD. Oh, that's pretty cool. Like I said, I'm not really a big fan. I mean, Star Wars. You're talking about Sarah John Littner. Oh, okay. Because I know I'm not really a big fan of Bigfoot movies. I haven't really seen a Bigfoot movie, honestly. Um, I know there is a Bigfoot. There is Bigfoot in Star Wars, which Chewbacca is Bigfoot. So I know that, but I've never really seen a actual Bigfoot movie like that. I might have. The only movie I've watched is E.T., which Drew Barrymore was a little girl in that movie, which I already said earlier. Um, which that movie was pretty. But I forget what kind of animal that was, honestly. Like what kind of movie that was. Definitely not a Bigfoot, but definitely one of the animal, like an animal. Hi Marcus, how's it going? When is the next live stream? Oh, you talking to I shot him 6 times, right? Wolverine could kill zombie Jason. I don't know about that, man. It's just a difficult thing because Jason not only Jason goes to hell. You seen what happened, right? Like they blew him up in the first 5 minutes in the movie, and then that's what happened. He ended up coming back. So maybe he could transform. He could transfer into other like to somebody else and get inside of a human. Like in Jason Goes to Hell and whatnot. And they could get possessed by him possibly, and then he'll come back. So there's really just no. I don't know. I just don't really see it personally, but I think he got Johnny James version. I don't think I don't think that he could kill the zombie version because because Jason the zombie just keeps on, like I said, coming back. So no matter what you do, one one just killed him again. Well, it's just gonna be he's just gonna keep coming back. That's just the thing. Closest man, very welcome, my friend. She lives travelers. Okay, I agree with the first one, but I don't think I agree with the second about Charlie. Sorry, my friend. I I really want to buy it, but I just I don't really like that theory. Wolverine was just killed Jason. He could his license. Yeah, it could be very interesting. Scott Walker, open interaction in the bar. So I just went or not. Eat some ice cream. The curve is fun, and I got it VHS videotape, lots of twists. I never heard of that movie, honestly. The Curve. Michael Joe, what's up? I would love to see a fight between Jason Records. Freddy Krueger. Yep. I think Ghostface would get destroyed though, honestly, because he's not. He's more of like a human, and everyone else is basically like superhuman. Like Jason's a zombie, and Michael Myers can't die still, and then Freddy can't die. I think Freddy can, but he's been known to come back still after being killed. Like that's what I heard from. I was trying to figure out. Oh, E.T.'s an alien. Yep, it's an alien movie. Yes, that's right. That's right. And yeah, that's what with Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore's in that movie. She's a little girl in that movie. Jason's still not touching Wolverine. And hey man, I guess everybody's got their own opinion, right? Could be interesting. No way Charlie survived. Exactly. Exactly. By the way, how you doing, man? DJC Combat 2, how you doing? Yeah. I don't know if you know, but I don't believe that theory either. Like I said that there's no possible way that he would survive a stab to the heart. But Stu, I think Stu's the only one that I think that should come back, and not Charlie. Like, and uh, I'm sorry, I just don't buy that theory. You know, I don't buy the whole Charlie theory because realistically, if he got stabbed in the heart, like, I just don't, I just don't see how he would come back. You know, um, so. It makes no logical sense. I got a scary animal movie by Tiger on the list in New York City and attacking and killing people, but the tiger gets a happy ending with a burn. Yeah, that's cool. It's about a tiger. When interested in when you're going, it's not Ghostface is still on the street. Yeah, you bet I am. Like, I just don't think that Charlie survived. All right, because it's just unrealistic at this point. There's just no way that he survived. Like no way possible. Like, and he got stabbed in the heart. I think he got stabbed in the heart anyway. Personally, that's just me though. Like, I really, really think that he got stabbed in the heart. Like, people could say, well, he just got stabbed in the chest, but or even if that was the case, I still don't think he would come back. You know, I think the only person they would bring back is Stu. But no, I believe that he got stabbed in the heart. So there's just no coming back from that. Like, But was Charlie really stabbed in the heart? It could have just missed his heart if he was overreacting. Also, he wasn't. He was in Scream VI. That's considered good. He was not in Scream VI. Okay, maybe his outfit and all that was in Scream VI, but I do not think that he was in Scream VI. Like, not that I know of, anyways. I just know that his outfit was in there, unless I missed up, unless I missed something. But how about Charlie Baker's go surgeon? Yeah, I just don't want it, man. I just don't. I would much rather have Stu return. I would much rather have Stu come back just because I think Stu makes a hell of a lot more sense than Charlie. Shit, it makes a lot more sense, than Jill, in my opinion. So that's just my opinion, though. Like, I think Stu was able to lift that TV off of him. And it's easier to survive a TV than it is a stab to the heart. Like, so that's all I gotta say. This is my opinion, though. Like I said earlier, I was watching Scream 1, Sydney, Sydney and Billy talking Scream again. Oh, yeah, you're talking about that girl with the blue dress that was at the party, right? Um, that you said that could possibly be Christina. I think that could be a possibility as well. Or let's just say that secretly that we don't know who their mom is. Let's just say we don't know like Tara's mom. Or let's just say that both of their moms is somebody that we don't know. Okay. Because they say it's Christina, right? But which is very possible. But what if it was actually Angelina or something like that? Like, I don't know if any of y'all thought of that, but I think that would be very, very interesting as well because, as y'all know, I believe that Angelina, survived Scream 3, I believe, because she wasn't on the official kill list or anything. So, what better way to, bring her back, than to, make her like the secret mother of Tara and Sam? Like, that would be pretty interesting. I could shot a 6 head for the right cook and Scream 3. Yeah. Oh, you're talking to Michelle. I don't think he's in the stream anymore. I think he just popped in for a minute. Bring them both back. It's one or the other, man. It's one or the other, in my opinion. In Scream 5, it did not, like, live. Scream 5 did not, like, live. She was rude. She was a skank. And she said, I hate you to Mindy. What was the rivalry between her and Mindy? And she was only using Chad to make Vince jealous. Yeah, I agree with that. Um, also, I didn't really care for Mindy either. Mindy's character is just like one of those characters that, yeah, she's kind of like a Randy character, but she's kind of a character I don't really like get into. You know what I mean? She's kind of like weird, and obviously Liv was kind of like a skank, like you said. Like, I don't mean to say that, but Joshua Jackson should be in 27 as the characters is agreed to. And Jared, yeah, because we absolutely do not know. We don't. For all I know, we don't know who. Um, we don't know who Tara's dad is. Like we know who Sam's dad is. Obviously, it's Billy, but obviously they have different fathers. So I don't know who her dad is. A lot of people are speculating. Could it be Stu? Secretly, I don't really know if it could be Stu. Could it be Blackamore? The person that's supposedly the name of the university that they were gonna name, Scream Six. Um, could that be a possibility? I have no idea, but it's very interesting. Um, but I want to hear from you. Like, what's your take on? Because Craven Something Scary told me that there's a rumor about Jenna Ortega possibly not being in Scream Seven. Um, I want to hear your take on that because that's what Craven Something Scary was telling me in the chat that there's a rumor that Jenna Ortega possibly won't be in Scream 7. Nick Mindy opening killer of Scream 7. She sucks. Yeah, she's kind of annoying, I just don't really care for her like that, you know? And I just thought that she should have died, honestly, in Scream 6. The way that she got stabbed and whatnot. I thought 100% that she was going to die, but Mindy's is one of those characters, like, that I don't really hate, but I will say that she sucks. I don't know that her brother partner should be in a screen together. Maya Goth and her real friend partner. Oh, and that could be very interesting. Why was Tatum rude to Gail? Everyone loves her except for Tatum. Very rude to her brother as well. Everyone was being nice to her at the party except Tatum. You got any theories? I think Tatum was just kind of like a dick, um, because I think she was all she was trying to do. I think at the end of the day, I think all she was trying to do was, try to, stick up for Sydney. Um, I think that's all it really was. But yeah, she was kind of a dick. She was kind of a dick to, Dewey as well. So um, I just think maybe that's just the way personality is. I'm guessing. But obviously she was a teenager, so a lot of teenagers act, kind of stupid. So I don't know, like what to think about that theory. I mean, I don't know, like why she would be like that, like especially with Gail. I think really though, I think it just was that she was trying to protect, Sydney. That's all it was. That's what I think it was. Anyways, but yeah, man, it's glad all y'all popped in here. Um, I had Craven come in earlier, and Micah Joe, got Scott Walker, we got uh, Matt of Rubber came in earlier. Uh, Wayne Turner came in. So I appreciate all you guys that came in. Shot him 6 times as well. I really, 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 really appreciate you guys. Especially I shot him 6 times, and creating something scary. That like I just support. I just like to thank all you guys from the bottom of my heart. Like you guys are the reason why I keep going. Honestly, there's going to be more obviously live streams like this. Definitely going to do a lot more. Um, we can just talk about basically whatever um we want. Talk about Halloween, Friday the 13th even. I don't know if anybody's heard any news on that, but I haven't heard any news on that as of right now. But he said, thanks for having me from down under. Yep, of course, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody, in the community here. Um, Same with you, Michael Joe. Appreciate you, Scott Walker. Appreciate you. I shot him 6 times. I appreciate you as well. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Obviously, created something scary as well. That was very, very awesome that he, took the time to pop in for a little bit here. Um, Same with I shot him 6 times. So with that being said, though, yo, I think I'm gonna be getting signed off here. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Uh, be sure to stay tuned for another live stream tomorrow. For sure, I'm gonna be doing another live stream tomorrow, and I hope you guys just stay tuned for that. Hit the like button as much as possible. Um, those of you that missed the stream, you could always hit the replay button and watch it again. But for those of you that joined, though, I would really appreciate it if you guys hit the like button. Um, but with that being said, y'all, have a great night. God bless, and see y'all in the next one.